There's something about a summer's rain that cleans away the old and brings new life and growth and cool air. And this place right here is where I want to be more than anywhere else in the world. This is my little workshop. This is where I like to come to just relax, sew, build, make, paint, do all the things that make my heart sing a little bit. And lately I've been thinking that what I want is a new notebook, which makes me laugh a little bit because it's a sentence I've been saying all my life. It's what ails everything. Whenever you feel a little bit out of sorts, a new notebook is what you need. For that fresh, clean feeling, that new start. And in the past I would have gone out and bought a notebook or ordered one online, but these days I really prefer to make my own. I like having various projects in the works, doing different things at the same time, kind of go between things. Cutting paper is the best, especially if you have a sharp razor blade. It's kind of a requirement if you cut paper. Or of course a paper cutter would work too. But I was thinking about how this place right here, it's kind of magic. It used to be a little shed, and now it's my very own little hideaway spot. Outside, it's early summer. I kind of made a promise to myself to not only focus on big things, big projects, but to really look for joy and look to learn in the small things. In picking flowers and growing them and drying them, the lavender, sewing my own clothes, mending my own clothes. This blue dress I made and mended now because I've worn it so much and I love it. This one is a work in progress, but I had a good feeling about it. I think it's going to be a good one. I just started making clothes not long ago, about a year ago, and I thought it was very intimidating at first. I thought it sounded really scary, but once I kind of got into it, I realized that just like most other things that relate to creating and making, it's not that difficult. It's just a lot of very small steps that all together create something much bigger than all the small steps. And as long as you just take it one step at a time and start small, it's not that bad. It's really fun, actually. But the project that I've been really kind of craving lately, I've been thinking about it so much. It is this notebook, this fresh start book, in this kind of spirit of appreciating small things and learning more about the plants and the various crafts around me that I haven't really explored too much, or going deeper into the things I have explored in the past. I was thinking that what I need is a place to capture it all, to kind of gather all of that. So what I need is a playbook, a book to capture all of my playful attempts at making things. whether or not they turn out good or not, and the information that I kind of gather relating to all these subjects. Oh, and here you can see I'm wearing the dress. It turned out really good. I really like it. And the blue fabric here is a scrap of linen from the other dress. And I very much enjoy kind of seeing little traces of things that you've made, materials that you have, kind of scattered around different kinds of things, different kinds of projects, and being much more mindful about what you keep and what you throw away and reusing them, finding ways to integrate them into ways big and small. Paper is a funny thing though, isn't it? Like the perfect notebook is a funny thing. I mean, I think it all starts with the paper, right? I love paper that's a little thicker. This is 80 pound. And it's kind of like a sketching paper, a drawing paper. Personally, I think that's really a joy to write on, to draw on, sketch on. So I decided to use that. And I wanted something kind of large too, nothing too small, something where you can kind of spread out and add notes and, yeah. This is like some packaging material that came in a box of something I ordered. Thin plywood. I don't have any book boards right now, so I was thinking this might be able to be used as covers for the book. And this is a linen I bought years ago. I saved it just for this purpose. Kind of very thick, rustic linen. I thought it would make a nice cover. But I was thinking, when you're in a bit of a rut, when you just don't feel inspired, you're just kind of stuck. I found that the thing that usually brings me out of it is a new project. It doesn't really matter what the project is so much. The main objective, I suppose, is to start doing something. And sometimes that thing can be something quite large, and sometimes it's something really small. That's not really what matters. What matters is that you just kind of get started in motion to get you out of that rut. I feel like my life has been a lot about that lately. But a new notebook like this is kind of the epitome of that fresh start, of beginning something that you didn't exist previously, a blank page. Like, there's so many fresh starts within a notebook. It's the promise of making it in the first place, and then every time you turn a new page, you have like a whole new beginning. And I think that's why I think notebooks are so nice. They hold so much promise. You just don't know what it's going to be like. It's like the promise of the future you doing something, hopefully interesting, maybe not. It's not really the important part. It's my son in the background. He's hanging out with me. There's also something quite nice in the slowness of some things, where you're taking your time with it, and you're not necessarily rushing to get it done as fast as possible. You're just kind of enjoying the process. I found a funny thing to be true, that when you get into something new, you may not think that you're getting any better. Like, maybe you're learning how to do bookbinding or sewing or something, and you don't think that you're really progressing. But if you just do a little bit throughout your days, throughout your weeks, then one day you'll realize that I do kind of know this stuff, a little bit anyway. I'm better. I got better. these little corners here. I didn't like the way the corners turned out. And I usually don't really like to plan projects too much in advance. I kind of want to, you know, do one step at a time and see where it takes me, see where I need to add something, and then this leather was kind of an example of that. I think it kind of removes part of the joy if you are too structured in your creating sometimes. I mean, that's fun too, but it is so freeing to just kind of have a vague idea and go from there. And realize that if something doesn't go right or something comes up, you have the freedom, you have the power to alter it and change it. It doesn't really matter. Pages are quite nice. The whole cover is nice. This kind of stitching is nice too, because it enables you to put the pages flat. I was thinking numbering the pages would be a nice way to kind of create an index so that I could organize everything that I'm going to do and be a little bit more prepared in advance. But then making things is not really linear, you know? You create something and then you realize, oh my god, everything is a mess, I need to clean this right away. And it doesn't really matter that you were in the middle of something else, because this is what needs to be done right now, right? This is how your brain works. This is my brain. And then it suddenly becomes extremely important that you can clean up everything right this second before continuing. I also like to clean because it's nice to take inventory. Like you forget, oh yeah, little pin on the floor. You forget things that you had. You forget the materials you had to work with. And then suddenly you get new ideas for things that what you could do with your material that you hadn't even thought about. See the promise of the blank page. A record of things you do, like this notebook. Kind of a documentation of creative projects and things you come across, things you learn. I don't know what I'm going to use it for exactly, but that's the general idea. That's what I was thinking about anyway. Mostly a record so you have somewhere to look back on things that you've done so you don't forget information you may want to remember. Anyway, I like it. Thanks for watching.